Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lindsay and this is Vlog Dave and today you're watching Get Germanized, the 10th Snapchat Q&A, so, well, an anniversary, so to speak.
I am bored, what should I do?
Ich weiß.
Hey guys, if you want to be notified as soon as a new Get Germanized video gets uploaded, make sure to hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. Thank you very much and now have fun with this video. In this show we're gonna show your snaps. You snapped me at Get Germanized, that's one word, on the app Snapchat. If you don't know what that is, well, educate yourself. Anyways, you sent us videos asking questions and we're gonna answer these questions and show those videos. So let's start right away. Yeah.
In your video where you went to Atlanta, what did you find was the biggest difference from where you live?
The biggest difference from, well, here to America when I was in Atlanta, well, I can only always say that the portion sizes were just way different. Like, kid size there is like a normal size here, and you know what I mean, right? The portion sizes were just much bigger. One of the biggest differences that I could think of, I mean, if you want to know my whole experience, I made a video about the whole topic, 15 American things that Europeans find weird. In that video I basically talked about the differences and that I noticed as well, so check that out.
Was it weird getting still water in the US? Because I think I'm becoming addicted to mineral water.
Well, not really, since I always drink tap water here as well in Germany. I don't mind mineral water, so like either or, it doesn't really matter to me, but it's interesting to me that you are getting addicted to mineral water. Dave, do you like mineral water or do you prefer tap water?
Pretty much drink it all the time, like carbonated water
Yeah.
and all that. But I also like still water. Yeah.
Well, it's preference. And, well, guys, tell me in the comments, have you ever tried mineral water? Do you like it or are you disgusted by it? Because I know that some people, for some reason, are disgusted by it. Why would you be disgusted? It's just like Pepsi or something, just without the sugar, I guess.
How frowned on is it for non-native speakers in conversation with Germans to confuse the article genders like der, die, das, etc.?
Well, Dave, is it frowned upon at all to mix up the genders? I don't think so, right?
No, if people actually see that you're a foreigner and you're not really a native, I think they are pretty much, well, they act reasonable regarding that.
I would say they don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
when they see that you're, like, putting effort in it and they can understand what you mean. I mean, most of the time, I think, even if you don't know the right article, people will know what you mean.
Right.
So you shouldn't worry too much about that. But my tip for you is just learn the noun with the article rather than learning it later, because that will be more difficult.
When returning from one of your trips, have you ever experienced reverse culture shock? And if so, do you have any coping mechanisms?
Reverse culture shock. So when I get back to Germany, like, does Germany seem weird to me? For example, when returning from America or from Japan. Some aspects I enjoyed in those other countries. For example, with Japan, I enjoyed how clean it was and how friendly everyone was all the time, even if it might have been fake at some points. But it was just really enjoyable. And I enjoyed, I mean, it sounds terrible, but I enjoyed that there weren't as many homeless people, because in Germany you have a lot of homeless people. I think it's terrible that there are homeless people in a country like Germany where they have a welfare system that could potentially get them all off the streets. I don't know why there are homeless people in Germany. Maybe you guys can educate me on that. It's just really, yeah, that's something that bothers me about Germany. Not that they are there, because, you know, they probably can't do anything about it. I just don't understand why they are there in a welfare state like Germany. And I really enjoyed that in Japan they seem to have it, you know, under control at least.
Hello, do you have pets?
Well, I have a dog called Shari. She's in many of my videos actually, and she's the dog from my YouTube intro, so you could have maybe seen her before.
Yeah, might
Maybe.
been the possibility.
You have pets too, right?
Yeah, 2 cats and some fish. I don't know how many actually, but really nice little aquarium. And well, I love cats and I love pets and I love animals in general. Well, most of them.
Every now and then a fish goes missing with Dave. Sometimes when there's a cat around, no reason whatsoever.
It's a genuine question. It's not a racist question or something. Have you actually gave Hitler's book a read? Like, I've actually read his book and it's not the best, but have you actually read his book? And will this be in the Q&A?
I don't mind that question at all. I haven't read it because I think it was even like it was banned for a long, long time. I mean, yes, it was banned for a long, long time, and now they just recently unbanned it, right?
Right, because the copyright period actually is over now. 70 years from the death of the author of something. There was one part of the problem with that book is that there was like a mystification around that because it was kind of prohibited for a long time, and you couldn't really get it. So only heard about it, but you didn't really have the chance to read it actually. So
I think there's even a comic book or manga version of it. That's interesting.
Hi Buko, just wanted to ask, have you seen the new Star Wars poster for The Last Jedi? If so, what are your theories? What do you think is going to happen in the next movie?
Ooh, good question. I like that question. Star Wars. Yes, I've seen the poster and it's in red, right? And it says The Last Jedi. Oh, yes. I don't know. Dave, what do you think might happen?
might have to do with the Sith. I mean, we actually talked about that before, and we actually are of the same opinion regarding that.
I mean, it definitely has something to do with the Sith because Kylo Ren is basically a Sith already.
But why The Last Jedi?
Well, it could either be that Luke Skywalker is the last Jedi that they're talking about, or it could be that Rey is trained to be the last of the Jedi. So maybe. Or because it's red, maybe Luke Skywalker has turned to the Sith in all that time that he's... I don't know, that's just a wild theory, like, I don't know.
I mean, they found him at the end of the last regular movie, so to speak.
But he didn't look too happy, though.
Not really, no.
No, he didn't.
But that might actually be a really cool twist, like, if he's evil now.
Yeah.
In case he is really on the dark side of things.
You know, we should probably do another German rant where we talk about, like, the new movie and theories, what could happen and stuff like that.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Hi there, Dominic. I was wondering if there's anything in particular that foreigners should know when going to a German's house for the first time. Anything that we're expected to know or say, anything that we shouldn't. What's the most interesting / fascinating / favorite / memorable food that you've tried abroad?
Be polite. I mean, that's an obvious one. Show that you're curious, that you actually care for the different culture, for the different person. Asking questions is a very good thing, I think, because it shows that you have an interest in that other person that you don't know yet. But maybe not like asking too much all at once. I don't know.
Maybe not too private.
Not too private stuff, maybe at first. I mean, it all depends on the people and how they are and how they might react to something like that.
Some people actually take off their shoes when they enter a house, by the way, just as a little tip. I mean, similar as in Japan. Not everyone does. Like here in my house, well, it's optional, kinda, like unless your shoes are really dirty. I sometimes wear shoes in here just because I'm cold otherwise. And some people, I mean, do you bring gifts? Like a housewarming gift? Maybe just when someone just moved in or when someone just built their house or something, then you give a housewarming gift in Germany. That's what you do, but I don't necessarily think that's the case for where you are visiting, right? But a gift never hurts. Like a tiny little thing, like a bottle of wine or piece of chocolate, not a piece, but like a bar of chocolate or something like that. Something nice, just, you know, if you know what those people like, maybe, you know, and you can take something.
Here, have a piece of chocolate for you.
It's all for you. You don't have to share it. Oh, well, you know what we mean.
Hi, I'm going to attempt my question in German, so please excuse any mistakes. Was ist dein Lieblingsessen?
Well, it would be, was ist dein Lieblingsessen? So pretty close, pretty good. Thumbs up for that, first of all. I enjoy fruits, actually. I like apples, bananas, pineapple a lot. But I also like really basic stuff, actually. Potatoes, fries, salt pretzels. Maybe it's salt pretzels at the end of the day.
So snacks.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I like fruit as well. I like lasagna. We just made lasagna the other day. I'm a big Italian food fan. I like curries. Well, but you asked for my favorite food, right? So I guess chili. I like a good chili. That's something I could eat every day probably if it's like delicious. Same with lasagna. I could probably eat lasagna almost every day. So yeah.
And let me tell you, his chili is delicious.
Oh.
It really is.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Tony. I've been following you for a while. I live in California, and I want to know what the general sentiment is right now towards Donald Trump in Germany.
Well, I think maybe it's the same as in the US. Some people really don't like him. Others say like, let's see what he does. Wasn't that the general sentiment in the US at the moment as well? Let's see what happens. Kind of because no one knows what will happen with Donald Trump as president of the United States of America.
There might actually not be that much of a difference, but I can't really tell. People are really curious about what he might do and what he might not do, what he actually said he would do and what he actually does in the end. So yeah, I think we just have to wait and see. Despite of having our own opinions and all that, we can't do anything else really, can we?
Yeah, and I think it's a bit sad that many people get in fights over this like so badly that they start hating each other just because they have different opinions. Even if we have all different opinions on who's the right choice, what's the right thing to do, we should still see each other not as enemies, but as, you know, we're all on the same side in the end. We all want peace, we all want freedom, we all want the same thing. Like, I get hate comments every day saying, oh, you will get raped by Muslims and shit like that. And I bet Americans get comments like, oh, you have an idiot for president, a tiny little orange or some shit. I read shit like that in the comments sometimes as well. I'm like, dude, just chill, and like, why can't you just get along for once? I don't get it. Maybe you know. Well guys, those were all the questions that we got for this episode at least. If you want to participate in the next one, like I said, add me on Snapchat. My Snapchat is getgermanized, one word. If you like the video, show us by liking it. That helps us out a bunch. Check out our channels in the video description, like his channel, subscribe to my channel. And well, if you enjoyed this video, check out this video as well, because it's very similar and amazing. Just by looking at the thumbnail, I want to watch it. Dave, wow! Dave, I'm not looking at Dave right now, I'm looking at the thumbnail.
Obviously.
And it's amazing.
I'm not looking at you, no.
No, why would I? Guys, click now. Definitely click now.